The Marlboro Man. Durango was his name. Not his real name. I don't remember his real name, but it'll come to me. I've got it in my phone book at home. My girlfriend Romelia used to live with him. You know her. In fact, the real pretty one with big lips who came over to our table at the Beauregards once when the number 2 dinners were playing. The one with the ponytail? No, her friend. Anyways, she lived with him for a year even though he was way too old for her. For real? But I thought the Marlboro Man was gay. He was? Romelia never told me that. Yeah, in fact I'm positive. I remember because I had a badass crush on him, and one day I see a commercial for 60 Minutes, right? Special, tonight, the Marlboro Man. I remember saying to myself, hot damn, I can't miss that. Maybe Romelia did insinuate, but I didn't pick up on it. What's his name? The guy from 60 Minutes? Andy Rooney? Not Andy Rooney, girlfriend. The other guy. The one that looks sad all the time. Dan Rather? Yeah, him. Dan Rather interviewed him in 60 Minutes, you know, whatever happened to the Marlboro Man and all that shit. Dan Rather interviewed him. The Marlboro Man was working as an AIDS clinic volunteer, and he died from it even. No, he didn't. He died from cancer. Too many cigarettes, I guess. Are we talking about the same Marlboro Man? He and Romelia lived on this fabulous piece of real estate in the hill country outside Fredericksburg. Beautiful house on a bluff next to some cattle ranches. You think you were miles from civilization, deer and wild turkey and roadrunners and hawks and all that, but it was only a 10-minute drive to town. They had a big 4th of July party there once and invited everybody who was anybody. Willie Nelson, Esteban Jordan, Augie Myers, all that crowd. No kidding. He had this habit of taking off all his clothes in public. I ran into them once at the Liberty, and he was dressed up in this luscious suit. Very GQ, know what I mean? Très elegant. Well, I waved to Romelia, meaning to go over to the bar later and say hi, but by the time I got to my pecan pie, he was already marching out the door wearing nothing but a cocktail napkin. I swear, he was something. God, don't kill me. I used to dream he'd be the father of my children. Well, yeah, that is if we're talking about the same Marlboro Man. There have been lots of Marlboro Men, just like there have been lots of Lassies and lots of Shamu the Whale and lots of Ralph the Swimming Pig. What did you think, girlfriend? All those billboards? All those years? Did he have a mustache? Yeah. And did he play bit parts in Clint Eastwood westerns? I think so. At least he played in some Wells Fargo things I know of. And was he originally from Northern California? Used to have a little brother who was borderline mentally retarded? Did some porno flicks before Marlboro discovered him? Well, all I know is he was called Durango, and he owned a ranch out in the hill country that once belonged to Lady Bird Johnson, and he and some friends of the Texas tornadoes lost a lot of money investing in some recordio studio that was supposed to have 36 tracks instead of the usual 16 or whatever. And he gave Romelia hell, always chasing any young thing that wore a skirtin'. But Dan Rather said he was the original Marlboro Man. The original, huh? Well, maybe the one I'm talking about who lived with Romelia wasn't the real Marlboro Man, but he was old.